like the pine trees lining the winding road. I've got a name, I've got a name, like a singing bird and the croaking toad. I've got a name, I've got a name.
Hi, this is Ben Hart. I'm going to talk to you today about how to get your college degree from a prestigious 4-year college for less than $15,000, or how to start your post-college career $250,000 richer. If you attend an Ivy League school, you will pay more than $250,000 for your bachelor's degree. That's tuition plus room and board, about $63,000 a year. But it's not much better at other non-Ivy League private colleges. Here's just a partial list of colleges that actually cost as much or even more than Harvard: Pepperdine, Amherst, Sarah Lawrence, Vassar, Tufts, Hampshire, Colgate, Wesleyan, USC, Tulane, Williams, Union College, Bucknell, Franklin and Marshall, Fordham, Vanderbilt, Harvey Mudd, Oberlin, George Washington, Carnegie Mellon, Trinity, Occidental, Colby, Landmark College, Bard College. What the heck is Bard College? Or Landmark College? But you will pay more than $250,000 for your 4-year degree at these colleges.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
College costs are bankrupting families. College tuitions have been rising 6 times faster than the rate of inflation for decades. In 1980, it cost less than $8,000 per year to attend Harvard, including tuition and room and board. If the cost to go to Harvard, or any of these schools I just mentioned, had just kept pace with inflation since 1980, you would be paying $15,000 per year to go to Harvard instead of $63,000 per year. Young Americans today are laboring under a student loan debt load of $1.3 trillion. And this doesn't count all the debt that their parents are going into to pay these astronomical and outrageous costs of going to college. And it's so unnecessary. It's way past time for families to start just saying no to these overpriced college educations. The college education racket is largely a ripoff and a scam. So I'm leading my own personal rebellion against the college education ripoff right here with this podcast. But let me start with this caveat, this qualification to the overall point that I'm trying to make here. If my child gets into a super selective college like Harvard or Yale or Princeton, MIT or Stanford, yes, I might find a way to come up with the money to send my child to one of these institutions. Yes, these super elite colleges might be worth the investment if you have the money, with a heavy emphasis on the word might. It's by no means a slam dunk decision to pay $250,000 for your child to attend Harvard. It's a complicated calculation. You will hear and read, for example, that graduates of Ivy League colleges earn more over their lifetime than graduates of state universities. This claim is true, but is this because the quality of the education is better? Is it because having a diploma from an Ivy League school is just so much more valuable than from a less selective college? Or is it because the caliber of students who attend Ivy League colleges tend to be higher on average than at a large, less selective state university? If the same pool of Harvard students attended, say, the University of Illinois, because their families just couldn't afford the $250,000, will these students fare any worse in life than if they had attended Harvard? I suspect they would fare just as well in life if they attended a state university. Of course, there's no way to definitively prove this proposition, but my view is that people who have a strong work ethic, who have a strong desire to succeed, who are smart, will be just as successful if they attend a state university as they would be if they attend Harvard. It's the caliber of the person, not the prestige of the college, that makes the difference. Yes, if you want to work on Wall Street for Goldman Sachs, or be hired by a prestigious law firm, or become a Supreme Court justice, your Harvard degree will certainly help you, if you do well at Harvard. Your Harvard degree will probably help you get your first job. Your starting salary will probably be higher if your grades are good. But where you are 10 or 20 years after graduation has much more to do with you than the name of the school that you attend. I graduated from Dartmouth College in 1982, and not once has any employer or any client asked me what college I attended or what my grades were. Not once. Of course, I did pursue a less traditional career as a writer. I also started my own advertising agency. I wasn't trying to work on Wall Street or for a big prestigious law firm. I became an entrepreneur and built several successful businesses. So I think there is a case for finding a way to attend Harvard, Yale, Stanford, MIT, a prestige college like that if you can get in, and coming up with the money if possible. These places will open doors for you that might not be as open otherwise. But paying $250,000 to get your degree from Pepperdine, Tufts, Oberlin, Vassar, or Bard? I think not. Unless cost means absolutely nothing to you, and you like being ripped off. Certainly do not go into debt to go to any of these places, anything lesser in prestige than Harvard, Yale, Stanford, or MIT. Remember what you're paying for in getting a college degree. You're not paying for knowledge. Everything you need to know, you can learn at a public library for free. Everything you need to know can be learned online for the cost of a laptop computer and an internet connection. All knowledge basically is available online for free. So you're not paying for knowledge or education when you pay for college. You're paying for the credential, the piece of paper that you receive at the end called a college diploma. You are paying to be able to say, I am a college graduate. That's it. If you can say I'm a Harvard graduate, that does add some value to the credential. Some value. People will say, wow, you must be pretty smart. You must have been a very good student in high school. But $250,000 is a lot of money to pay so that people can say that about you. I'm not even sure being a Harvard graduate gives you that much of an edge for getting most jobs, even very good jobs. I have extensive contacts on Wall Street, in politics, in the legal profession, and in the corporate world. Sometimes young college graduates use me as a reference when applying for a job. And what questions do prospective employers ask me about the young man or young woman applying for the job? Well, they want to know, is he or she a good kid? Is he or she a hard worker? Is he or she reliable? Will he or she get along with others? Is he or she a team player? Will he or she follow direction? Is he or she trainable, teachable, coachable? That's what employers want to know, not what school you attended. What a college degree tells a prospective employer is that you had the initiative to get a college degree. You did the work. You didn't quit. You didn't drop out. You cared enough to get your college degree. The fact that you did the work and got your college degree puts you ahead of about 70% of Americans who did not get their college degree. It puts you in the top 30% of adult Americans if you get any kind of a 4-year college degree from anywhere. Not bad. You should probably do it. But if you don't get a college degree, does this mean that you're going to be a failure in life? Not at all. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Michael Dell, Richard Branson, Larry Ellison, none of these people got college degrees. And they're all multi-billionaires who built their corporations from scratch. Walt Disney did not even graduate from high school. He dropped out of high school in the 9th grade to drive an ambulance during World War I. But not getting a college degree does limit your options to some extent. Most successful people who do not have a college degree are entrepreneurs, or they have a specialized skill that they learned on their own. You don't need a college degree if you want to become a world-class software coder. You will need a degree probably if you want to become a lawyer, a doctor, a banker, an engineer, an architect, a scientist. Many top positions in government also require a college degree. Having a college degree is simply a requirement for many careers and professions, though certainly not all. If you know exactly what you want to do and have a specialized skill that people will pay you for, you might not need a college degree. Radio talk show host Rush Limbaugh, for example, never went to college because he knew exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to work in radio, first as a disc jockey, then as a radio talk show host. His annual salary is $70 million. He earns $70 million a year. But if you do not yet have a very clear idea of what you want to do in life, it's a good idea to get a college degree. Frankly, just to have it. It helps open doors and keep doors open for you in your professional life. But for the overwhelming majority of you, there's absolutely no reason whatsoever to pay $250,000 for your college degree. You can get a college degree from a perfectly reputable college or university for less than $20,000 or even less than $15,000 if you're smart and strategic about it. So how do you do this? Well, here's step one. The first way to save big bucks on your college degree is to get your college degree while living with your parents. Yes, I know many of you will hate that idea. You want to go out on your own and spread your wings. You don't want to be under the watchful eye of your parents all the time. That's fine if you're wealthy, but room and board is a huge cost of going to college, about $15,000 per year if you leave home for college. So you've tacked on $60,000 to the cost of your college degree by insisting on going away for college. So that's step one. Attend college near home and live with your parents. Most likely your parents will love to have you there. Step two, do your first 2 years of college at local community college. Get good grades there, then after 2 years, transfer to your state flagship university or to some other more prestigious college. Tuition costs at local community colleges are much lower than for your flagship state university. Tuition for a year at community college can be as low as $2,200. For example, annual tuition at Cleveland State Community College is $2,304. Tuition at Northern Florida Community College is $2,280. Tuition at Alaska's Institute for Technology is $1,320. Don't laugh. Alaska's Institute for Technology offers maybe the best ice navigation program in the world, and captains of the Navy's unarmed civilian crewed supply ships earn, on average, $219,000 per year. So that's a pretty good return on investment for your stint at Alaska's Institute for Technology, and the tuition you'd have to pay of $1,320 per year. That sure beats the $125,000 that you would have to pay for the same 2 years at, say, Pepperdine, or Bard, or Landmark College. Yeah, but it's community college, you might say. Perhaps you've been socially conditioned to look down your nose at community college. But here's the key. After 2 years of community college, you then transfer to a more prestigious college or university. That's what my niece did. She was a straight A student in public high school, and she got into Johns Hopkins University. But her family could not afford the $65,000 per year it would have cost them for her to attend Johns Hopkins. So she lived at home and attended community college for 2 years, then transferred for her final 2 years, but to the University of Maryland instead of Johns Hopkins, because she received a full scholarship from the University of Maryland, so she could go there for free. There's no law school she can't get into. There's no corporation who won't hire her. Law schools, corporations, and Wall Street firms are beating a path to her door. Oh, and she lives at home while attending the University of Maryland, so she has no room and board costs either. It's a myth, by the way, that prestigious colleges look down their noses at students looking to transfer from community colleges. Harvard, Yale, MIT, and pretty much every college and university in America accepts transfers from community colleges. If your grades are good at community college, you can transfer anywhere. Yes, people do transfer from community college to Harvard. Yale accepted 24 transfers from community colleges last year. Cornell, also an Ivy League college, boasts that 28% of its transfer students are from community colleges. Most colleges and universities will also accept all of your credits from community college, especially your flagship state university. In fact, this is the expected traditional path for many students. There's no shame at all in attending community college. Students attend community college for many reasons. Perhaps your grades are not good enough in high school to get into the college of your choice or into your flagship state university. So you'll need to step it up a notch and show your flagship state university that you can do the work before they're going to let you in. You do that by getting good grades in community college. Or there's the financial reason. Community college tuition is cheap, so you can live with your parents. So you can complete a year of college for $2,300 and 2 years for $4,600. But here's another advantage of community college over Harvard. That's right, community college has an actual advantage over Harvard, a qualitative advantage. At your local community college, you are going to be taught by actual professors with PhDs, with doctorates. At Harvard, undergraduates are taught mostly by teaching assistants. A Harvard undergraduate rarely takes a class with an actual professor with a PhD. So the quality of teaching undergraduates receive at community college is actually superior to what a Harvard undergraduate receives. Literally, the only reason to attend Harvard at all is the prestige of that sheet of paper that you receive at the end, the Harvard diploma. You aren't getting a better education. You aren't learning anything that you couldn't learn for free at your local public library. But here's one important tip to keep in mind. Before you sign up for courses at your community college, have the college that you want to transfer to in mind. You will want to check with the college that you'll be transferring to that they will give you credit for the courses that you are taking at your community college. Most likely you can take care of all of your general education requirements at community college and receive full credit for this work at the college that you transferred to. But check in advance before signing up for your community college courses. So that's step 2. Complete 2 years of coursework at your local community college before transferring to your state's flagship university or the college of your choice for your final 2 years. Step 3. Complete your final 2 years of college at a prestige university that offers degrees online so you can continue living with your parents. That's right. Again, why pay $15,000 to $20,000 per year for the privilege of living in a crappy one-room dorm room and eating crappy cafeteria food when you can live with your parents and eat good food for free? And actually, you should probably offer to pay your parents $200 a month for rent. But you'll still come out way ahead. And your parents will be thrilled at how responsible you are, and that you're pulling some of your own weight financially. And because you're paying your parents $200 a month for rent, they will treat you more like an adult, and they'll give you breathing space. Many very good colleges and universities offer degrees online. For example, if you're a resident of Florida, you can earn your degree online from the University of Florida for $3,400 per year. Nothing at all wrong with the University of Florida in Gainesville, whose alumni include Senator Marco Rubio, Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, legendary football coach Steve Spurrier, actress Faye Dunaway, sportscaster Chris Collinsworth, and many prominent captains of industry. In fact, an online degree from the University of Florida is so cheap, you can probably skip the 2 years at community college and get your entire 4-year degree at the University of Florida for $13,360. Or you can pay 20 times more for your degree at Pepperdine or Bard or Landmark College. Let's see, pay $13,360 for your degree online from the University of Florida, or pay $250,000 for your degree at Pepperdine or Bard or Landmark College. You decide what makes more sense. And if you want to knock still more money off the cost of your University of Florida degree, you can complete your first 2 years at Northern Florida Community College for $2,280 per year. If you do that, you can graduate from the University of Florida for a grand total 4-year cost of $11,240, which is $2,810 per year. And that's before any financial aid, such as Pell Grants, that you might be eligible for. This is a price tag that anyone can afford who has the least bit of initiative. There are many excellent colleges that offer degrees online, including Rutgers, Boston College, Penn State, University of Massachusetts, University of Illinois, Northeastern University, Colorado State, University of Minnesota, University of Missouri, Arkansas State, Kansas State, University of Arizona, Arizona State, University of Alabama, Texas Tech, Ball State, Mississippi State, Liberty University, Indiana Wesleyan, and more prestige colleges are offering online degrees all the time. Soon, just about all colleges and universities will need to offer degrees online if they want to stay competitive. But, you might wonder, how do these online college programs make sure that you don't cheat on tests? If you have to take a test, you might need to show up at a public library or some location where the test can be monitored, much like an SAT test. And plagiarism software can quickly detect plagiarism on essays and papers that you write. A number of famous journalists have been caught plagiarizing lately because of plagiarism software. You can't get away with plagiarism anymore. Or you might need to take a test in front of your video cam, so your professor or proctor can watch you take the test. If you try to be clever by having your notes out of view of the video monitor, it's easy to detect when your eyes are not looking at the test, looking off somewhere else. And your professor will know that you're cheating and is always free to give you a big fat F if he thinks you're cheating. Other software can detect computer keystrokes, and if you're using a browser on your laptop to look up the answers. And there's software that can lock down all browsers on your computer and detect if a browser is being used. So there are plenty of effective ways now to police test taking online. So don't worry. A college degree that you earn online is exactly the same degree you would earn by being physically present on the campus. And it's every bit as legit. And it's a lot cheaper. So why not earn your degree online? But there are yet some more ways you can save money on college. Many colleges offer credit for work and life experience as well as for military service. To mention just one, the University of Wisconsin, a very reputable school, will give you credit for military experience, training programs, credit for specific subject exams, credit for work and life experience, and credit for vocational technical training. No reputable college will let you complete your entire bachelor's degree this way, but many good colleges and universities will allow you to get credit for your life and work experience if you pass proficiency tests in specific subject areas. My son, for example, received credit at the University of Illinois for undertaking a 3-month program in the wilderness where he learned survival skills and how to live in the wild. To get credit, he just had to write a 30-page paper on what he did, what he learned, and provide some documentation. If you are an expert software coder and you learn this skill on your own, you can probably take a test at most state universities to demonstrate your proficiency. If you can reduce the amount of time and the number of classes that you must take to get your college degree, you reduce your cost, often dramatically. I've seen people earn their bachelor's degree within 2 years this way, from start to finish, from good schools. So they cut the cost of their college degree by half. Remember what the goal is. The primary goal here is to get your college degree from a reputable institution for the lowest cost as quickly as possible, so you can get on with what you really want to do in life. Most of what you really need to know to earn a living, you won't learn in college. You will earn your living by becoming an expert on something, or extremely skilled at something, or by building your own business. Your college degree is simply a credential. That's all it is. Don't buy the lie that you have to spend $250,000 for your degree at an elite private school to have a better chance in life. Harvard and the Ivy League schools love to boast about the fact that the starting salaries of their graduates tend to be higher than graduates from state universities. But again, is this really a function of the quality of the school? Or is it more a function of the caliber of the students who are admitted to Harvard? After all, it's very difficult to get into Harvard. So Harvard students tend to be very bright, have a good work ethic, are disciplined, highly motivated, super students. But if you put these very same students at Florida State, my bet is they would be every bit as successful in life because of the kind of people they are, not because of the college they attend. To know my proposition is very likely true, consider this. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York finds that the bottom 25% of college degree holders earn about the same as the median worker who has never attended college. In other words, if you perform poorly in college, you'll likely perform poorly in life. Not because many people really care about your grades, but because you lack the work ethic, the discipline, the motivation, and focus that you need to succeed. If you're a D student at Harvard, the fact that you attend Harvard is not going to help you. Your laziness and poor work habits will become quickly apparent to your first employer, and you'll be fired, or you won't advance. I'll hire the A student from Appalachian State before I hire the C student from Harvard any day. And I'll hire the person who has real on-the-job experience in the job that I need done ahead of any student, even the A student from Harvard. I might not need the student from Harvard who has a straight A grade point average. What I might need is an expert software coder. What I might need is a great graphic designer or an artist to help me with my latest advertising campaign, which is the field I'm in. A field, by the way, that requires no college degree. I've made millions of dollars in the advertising field. Very few of my clients know what college I graduated from, or even if I went to college. Makes no difference to them. What matters to them is, do my advertisements work? Do they bring in the money? Where you end up in life really has very little to do with what college you attend. Where you end up in life depends on you and what specific benefits you can bring to your employer, to your clients, and to your customers. Are you a hard worker? Do you complete projects and tasks on time? Are you easy to work with? Are you a team player? Do you have good judgment? Are you proactive? Are you a self-starter with get up and go? Are you a high-energy person or a low-energy person? Do you show up to work on time? Do you have an expertise or a skill that is of value that people will pay you for? Do you have an ability to focus like a laser on the task at hand? Or are you easily distracted? Do you have a learning mindset? Are you always striving for self-improvement? Do you plan ahead? Are you a conscientious person? Do you have attention to detail? Do you have good communication skills? Are you an honest person? Do you accept responsibility? Are you willing to push yourself beyond your comfort zone? Are you paralyzed by fear of failure? Or do you see trying and failing and trying again as the path to success and achievement? Do you have confidence in yourself? Do you have self-control? Do you set goals for yourself? Do you have a schedule of daily action toward your goals? Do you visualize yourself achieving your goals? Have you written a personal mission statement for yourself? A statement about your priorities, goals, and moral principles that you never waver from? A mission statement that defines your core beliefs, goals, and values. These are the qualities, the work habits, and character traits that are important to your success in life, not the name of the school you attend. Of course, if you are able to get into Harvard, this is probably evidence that you possess many of these work habits and traits that are making you successful. But the mere fact that you are a student at Harvard or an Ivy League school is no guarantee at all that you'll end up in better shape 10 years from now than a graduate from a less prestigious, less expensive school, or a graduate from no school, like Walt Disney, who advanced only to the 9th grade. Of course, he taught himself a skill, how to draw cartoons. He was a creative genius. He also had a great sense for business. And if you talked to Walt Disney, he would come across as every bit as educated and well-spoken as any Harvard graduate. Walt Disney did not have a college degree, did not even have a high school diploma. But this does not mean he was not well educated. Walt Disney was just self-taught, and he did take some drawing classes at the Art Institute of Chicago. Walt Disney was a ferocious learner and reader. Read a biography of Walt Disney. You will find in his life many great lessons for success in your own life. Never believe the lie that you must set your dreams, goals, and aspirations lower than the Harvard or Ivy League college grad because your degree is from a less expensive, less selective college. Your future can be just as bright or brighter. It all depends on you, the effort you put in and day out to achieve your goals. Plus, you will have one big advantage over the Ivy League college grad. You'll be starting off your career $250,000 richer by following the plan I've outlined for you here.
Like the pine trees lining the winding road, I've got a name, I've got a name.